Okay, so now let's drag and drop our task form. And before the task form, maybe it can be an expense of an advance payment. So I want the user to select whether it's an expense of an advance payment or just an expense by his own or her own. So I develop one more data element and I call it type of expense. And I go to this data element and I make it radio button, and I have two choices, whether it's an advance payment expense or just expense. So I make it radio button. So now at the task form, I go to my task form, I select the data elements, and at the data elements, I want to show the requester, but read only because it's already set, and also maybe the date of expense. It will be mandatory, and the type of expense will be mandatory. The date of expense will be read only. Sorry. All right. So that's what I want to show. I go to task form. So the subject is type of expense, and the disclosure, let's write, please uh, select the type of your expense. Alright, so I blocked the task notification mails because it's the initiator who will select this. I say OK, and I also want to give an option to the users. So if he's initiated the process by mistake, so let's just add a terminate tool. So if it's by mistake, let's give him the option to cancel the process, and let's make this button red. But I'll choose inherit mandatory field control because the type of expense is mandatory. So I'll just click this in order to cancel the process without entering any data. Okay, so I save my process, and expense process I activate it. So let's check how it looks like at user interface. Let's go to eFlow. Let's refresh our page, and let's look at our processes. Expense request form process. I just click on it and I start the process. Okay, so you see the requester. So this is the disclosure. Please select the type of your expense. The requester is the initiator. The date of expense is set. So it's radio button. I can select only one of these. So no other action button. So I just cancel the process, and I go back to designer, and I continue to design my process.